What's going on, everybody? This is Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds. Today we're going to look at a controller. This is the PXN P50 for Nintendo Switch gaming. You compare it with Android devices, iOS devices, PC devices. Two vibrating motors in here. It has a lithium-ion 550 milliamp hour battery with 2.5 hours of charging time, up to 20 hours of playtime. It has a wake-up function ability. This will work with all models of the Nintendo Switch as well. It's purported to have an ergonomic design. It comes in fun different colors: green, white, brown, and blue. We're going to see if it holds up against the current reigning champ for these third-party controllers, which for me has been the 8BitDo Ultimate, as well as the classic PS5 DualShock, as well as the Xbox Series Elite Controller 2, as well as another PXN controller that we use in our house, the 9607X, at the price of $42 on Amazon and about $36 on AliExpress. We'll try it out with a Nintendo Switch, and also for Android gaming, let's try it out on a Retroid Pocket Flip. All right, let's unbox this bad boy. P50. Instruction manual. Good. Good. Ooh. You have the Xbox or Nintendo layout here. So this is stick up top, D-pad below. Looks like you have some function buttons, probably a turbo. Very good feeling. Face buttons. I love the green coloring on this, I gotta say. Dark green for the buttons, kind of a light green St. Patty's Day theme going on, and just the faintest olive oil green on the sticks. I like the L1 R1. That feels very high quality. L2 R2. Good analog feeling there. Also has M1 and M2 function buttons on the back. I like the texture. It's matte. The back has a little bit of a gritty texture on it. I like that. It feels good. Joysticks are nice and responsive. Ooh, they really move easily. I like how smooth they sail. And the D-pad has good pivot to it. USB-C, of course. Oh, and it has NFC, so you can do amiibos on this. It has a mobile app as well. Search PXN on iOS or Google Play Store. The pairing button on top there. Oh, and you can change the vibration motor from no vibration, low, medium, or high. That's really cool. So you hold this infinity, looks like function button, and swap that around. There also is a turbo, and there's instructions on how to do that. There's a macro function. It lets you know what the charging is. This is a pretty full-featured controller. Comparing it to my current favorite controller, the 8BitDo. So this has Hall sticks in it. This is the Ultimate with Bluetooth and 2.4. It does have, 6-axis gyro. You know what? The face buttons I actually like better than the 8BitDo. I like how this depresses better. Yeah, this is a little too shallow for me in comparison. So I like that they added, there's a little more depth. It's a little more shallow. Maybe that's more Switch-esque. The D-pad, I like the pivot better on the 8BitDo. No real complaints about how these function buttons are laid out. Maybe you have to reach in a bit more to hit plus and minus on that, whereas here, they're a little closer in. L1, R1. I gotta say, I gotta give it to the 8BitDo for L1 and R1. This just feels better. This one's a little bit looser. This is a little more controlled. This definitely has more travel to it. And the placement of the function M1, M2 buttons on the back, I like better. This one has a shorter travel a bit, but it's quieter and it's satisfying to press down. So they might be they're kind of neck and neck as far as my like of the shoulders there. These are usable and they're clicky and they're fine, but they're a little bit harder to reach. Like you're gonna have to move your finger and sort of while you're playing find where those are. Whereas this, they're right there and they cover a decent amount of ground on the back. I suppose the positive of the PXN in this case is that these are maybe too easy to press, so you might trigger some things you didn't want to, or this is very much you need to look for these buttons and know you're pressing them. There's not as much space. This is the NexiGo controller. This one, what it has going for it is that it lights up with fun colors. My daughter loves this very much. $10 cheaper than the PXN P50, but face buttons feel good on this. The joysticks feel actually good. The D-pad is too stiff and cheap feeling. L1 and R1 are cheap feeling. L2 and R2 just have no travel to them. So this is definitely a lesser controller for serious gamers. Comparing to the DualShock, this is a classic. I don't love the glossy buttons on this, and all the same, I don't like the glossy buttons on the 8-bit Do. I like the matte buttons on the P50. But I mean, this has all kinds of customization to it, and true analog L2R2 with its own haptics. So this is a tall order to beat. Comparing to the 9607, this is a cheaper model from PXN. My kids have really been enjoying this. The joystick is very far off to the left, though. Like, it's almost off the controller. And so that's kind of awkward feeling. And this is definitely cheaper feeling, but it functions well for the price point. The D-pad's a little too stiff, not a lot of play to it. You have glossy face buttons here, which are fine. L1 and R1 are clicky on this one. They're fine. And L2, R2 are very cheap feeling and not as good. This one's $32. This is just such a lesser controller in comparison. The P50 is leagues better feeling already. This is good for kids, though. It's not going to break easy, it seems like. It's very lightweight and has a nice, smooth, rubbery matte texture. And again, the kids love this, and it functions just fine. It's just not up to the caliber of these two. Kind of the industry reigning champ, not for Nintendo Switch necessarily, but the Elite 2 from Microsoft. And this thing is a beast. It feels good. Lots of metal to it. Everything's customizable. You can pop this stuff out. You can take off the joysticks and swap it out for other colors. Very comfortable. Nice padding here on the sides. Yeah, this is my favorite for PC gaming and for Xbox gaming. Just hands down. But today it's really all about these two. This one is spendier. You know, the 2.4 gigahertz model is around the $40 price point. They do have a fun green color as well that is about to release, so we'll have to compare against that. But as it stands, this one is pricier at almost $70. It does come with a charging dock, though, so that's some of the cost there. But when you're looking at $42 versus $70, these are both just very comparable. You're getting the Hall sticks, but we're going to have to see stability-wise, function-wise, do they work? So let's get a switch out. I'm going to use my wife's switch here. So to pair it, hold this button here. Then L and R. Boom. Okay. So far, joystick feels really good. The face buttons feel really good. Oh, no. Oh. I do like the size of the 8-bit Do more as well. I mean, I gotta hand it to the 8-bit Do as far as the joysticks go, but... I mean, the same as the P50... No perceived lag here. Feels good. Let's move on to Android gaming and see what we can do there. All right, Retroid Pocket Flip time. Turn on Bluetooth here. And now we're going to pair. So it shows up as a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Yeah, this feels really good. Works well. Oh, no lag, no latency. That is great. Face buttons super responsive. I really like the feel of those face buttons. Yeah, that feels great. 8-bit Do isn't working on this. Now I'm sure this will work, and I've gotten it to work on Android before, no issue, but oh, and there it's dropping. So yeah, what do you guys think? Is the PXN P50 doing it for you at a lower price point than the 8-bit Do Ultimate, or the 8-bit Do various other controllers that they have in the same price point range of around $40? We're going to get one to find out, but so far for me, paying $42 for something that just works on all platforms is a good deal. Love the face buttons. Love the joysticks. L1, R1 I like on the 8-bit Do better. L2, R2 is a wash for me. The function buttons, M1, M2, I like on the 8-bit Do better. D-pad I like on the 8-bit Do better, like I was saying too. And I do like the matte face buttons more on the P50. I like both of these controllers better than a cheaper solution. They both performed admirably for Nintendo Switch, which is their intended purpose. Android gaming, got to give it to the P50. 8-bit dough, like the Hall sticks. That's really nice. But it's a close one. It's almost a wash for me, but for $42, over the $70 we're paying for the Ultimate, I really think this is a great value. It is a solid recommend for me. Link is in our description. It just works. Well, everybody, this has been Stubbs with Retro Handhelds. Please do take care of all of your handhelds and each other. We cannot wait to see you on the next one. Thanks to our subs and our patrons for watching. All of you viewers out there, we couldn't do anything that we do without your support. If there's a particular controller you want us to test, some games you want us to try, do let us know in the comments below, and we will see you on the next one.